Let's take a step back. When we started talking about the pandemic, how things were changed in 2020, what does 2021 hold for us? We just got kicked into the second half of 2021. And if we think that the world was a different place in 2020, the upcoming scenario, the upcoming landscape of technology, of product delivery, of service management is based on VUCA. We're now going to be part of a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. What does it really mean? Right from the time when we started thinking about how we operate as an organization in a fully remote way to where we are heading the tail end of the pandemic in certain parts of the world, we are now going to be thinking about what does the new way of working look like? Is it a hybrid model? Do we go back to our ways of how we operated in February of 2020? The ambiguity is something we all have to embrace as Agile leaders. Something very interesting for our audience to see. In the last 60 years, this chart here shows us the average lifespan of companies in the S&P 500. From the early 70s till even mid 90s, the average lifespan of companies in the S&P 500 was over 60 years. Let that sink in. The top S&P 500 companies, they would stay in this list for up to 60 years. Fast forward 20 years later, and that number started shrinking. Look at where we are in early 2000s. Look at where we are in 2021, and eventually where we are headed towards in the next decade. And that number dwindles down to only 15%. Let that sink in. From 60 years being in the top S&P 500 to only 15 years left in the S&P 500. That's what brings us here. That's why organizations care about agility. That's why us as leaders need to make sure that we are being in a place and we are going to be setting the teams up for success, setting up the organizations up for success. What it really tells us that business agility, being able to embark on the transformation, being able to respond to change is no longer a nice to have functionality. Hey, if we have time, we will do it. It doesn't happen anymore. Business agility today is a necessity. It's the way how we will survive and hopefully thrive. Just like as we showed you in the chart, if we are to remain relevant in 2030 into 2040, we will need digital presence. When we think about business agility, we talk about AI, e-commerce, drones, VR, AR, IoT, big data, analytics, virtualization, 3D printing. It doesn't stop. The list keeps on increasing. Every single facet of our lives today has been impacted by business agility. New ideas, new products, new services are being made to help us reach these levels. So which then comes in, how do we see agile transformation? Why do we have these job postings talking about having the need for tool usage, focusing on tools, focusing on assigning work, focusing on managing teams? We see agile transformation as an IT initiative. We see agile transformation as hosting the agile ceremonies, whether it is agile tooling, agile stand-ups, retrospectives. Let's call our requirements user stories. Let's get our teams trained in Scrum. Let's spend 2 days of our time, get people 3 more letters instead of their names, get them certified, change our current project managers to Scrum Masters. Let's change our BAs to product owners, and boom, we are done with an agile transformation. And that's what the gap is. That's why we are all here. That's what we need to change if we are really going to embrace on business agility.